Breathe.
Why so aggressive? Say it with my chest, bitch, so they get the message. I don't mean to text best if you just look away, or I make your head twist like an exorcist. Waking up from nightmares, heart thumping. God, are you hearing my prayers? Cause I hear thunder, and I don't really like mirrors. Someone stares back at me looking like my fear. The only one that I'm scared of is G-O-D, and the old me drunk a O-E. And I don't know if you
we could talk about whatever too.
I'm in pain like an OD, I'm Cody. Battling my demons like it's 106 in Park. Medicating sins with crazy, but I've been acting like I got it all together. I've been down lately, but maybe someday I'll get my bad weather. They was okay, but I had better. I don't like to look in mirrors, cause I don't like looking at.
There we go. Yo, chat, we live? Live? Good, chat? What's good, Wolves Den? What's good? You already know what's going on. Got the man, coming from me. Got Adam Calhoun. Hey, good, my guy.
Thank you for the introduction. What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that?
I got balloons.
I didn't say that. I didn't do that. Maybe it's some restream. Like what was going on earlier, man?
Here,
How you?
Real good. Busy. Just got done with my miles, and yeah, just enjoying being at home before I got to hit the road.
Got that drop coming.
Yeah, we got the album dropping Friday. Put a lot of people don't know what we go through putting into these albums, but we put, being independent especially, you put everything you got, money, time, patience, stress, mental health. I mean, it's a big deal, you know?
Yeah, I just watched your
Oh.
Yeah, given side of you. But I feel like even as a reactor, a lot of people look at your status like you props. Never going on in the background. Like at the end of the day, you're also father, husband. I'm father and husband. Like with that status, how do you told us, how do you navigate?
Some days aren't good, you know. There's no playbook. There's no instructions on how to do this.
Right.
You know, as a young man, you know, 18, 19, 20 years old, I thought I was going to be this famous rapper, you know?
Yeah.
And that's not how it happened. It happened this way with social media and everything, and my music popped off, and didn't happen how I expected. And once I got here to where I am, and I am one of the biggest independent artists in the country. And not to toot my own horn, but I really worked hard to get there. It's not easy, but you don't want to complain because people think they're like, "Oh, you got it made," but no,
Right.
it's you know,
Right.
It's sometimes really lonely, sometimes very miserable, depressing. It's like you can't stand your own self, what you think about yourself, let alone what other people think about yourself. But then you got some beautiful days that are just like, holy shit, I worked my ass off to get here, and it's this is the return. It's amazing, but things aren't what you think. Like your dream, when they say be careful what you wish for, that's a real thing. I never knew that. I thought I was gonna get here and it was just gonna be great, fun, always having fun, smiling, have it made, money's great. You get all these things, money and clout or whatever you want to call it, internet popularity.
Right.
Some people say fame, but
that's all they see.
Yeah, you don't see the strain it causes on marriages or friendships and relationships, your children, trying to balance all that, home life with the road life. They're two different worlds, you know, or you have to use so much of your mental to create something. You're creating something from nothing.
Yeah.
It comes from here. So just to create, it's like that, like that weird artist, like, I don't know. It's you got to be a little something wrong with you to do this, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta feel like with everything that goes on, tell me if I'm wrong, but this pressure, everything that goes on behind the scenes, you know, the stress it puts on your marriage, the stress it nobody really thinks about, like you said, have to be balanced though. Have all those things, you'll have a path, a clarity of a path you want. I feel
So
like you know that very well.
what happens is when you have that path and you're driven on that goal, things like relationships and things fall wayside to that because you're so driven. So you have to have a woman that's strong, and she wants to be in your life, that can deal with, you know, kind of being put off a little. Your kids. It's a very hard thing to balance, but I make sure at least once a day, each one of my kids I spend special time with. I make sure that my wife knows that I love her. We try to make time for ourselves. Um, but I'm not here to complain. I already have always struggled with some type of chip on my shoulder, or like anger, depression. Um, you know, I've been very open about it. Um, I've talked a lot with, you know, therapists and shit like that. And, that's just from how I grew up. My life growing up was pretty wild, rough. Uh, and you know what? No matter if you're rich, poor, I think coming up, we've all gone through some shit. But
Right.
I had to make it extra fucking hard on myself
Right.
at
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. Especially because, you know, as a reactor, the way I came in, a comment. Oh, hey, check out Adam Calhoun. Like Adam, I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever. So I feel like with you being the one of the biggest independent artists, like I said, don't work that goes in, goes out. That's why I told you, like, I ain't talking about the drama. I ain't worried about any of that. What I want people to know is Adam B. Calhoun, like you said. By the way, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
10 years apart.
Yeah, I'm getting
Yeah.
up there, man.
But it's it's more of, I think people realize a lot harder what we sit here and think about. Never going to be someone in your position, never going to be easy. So with everyone coming at you on the internet, hating, bashing, how do you know, like you said, there's people paid to be professional trolls. I don't that shit mind boggles me.
Yeah.
Those type of people, how do you just ignore it? Like how do you
Well,
just
I
ignore that
don't.
shit?
I don't ignore it. So it's like, and that's probably something that I need to work on. But I mean, you gotta understand, I get way more love than I ever get hate. But the
Right.
hate is what I focus on. Uh,
It
so
pushes
yeah,
you.
huh?
It does kind of push you in a sense.
Yeah, it pushes it. Well, no, it kind of slows me in my tracks, and like, like I said, I get 100,000, 10,000 good comments. I'll get one bad one, and I fucking focus on that. And which is sad because all these other people that are giving me my flowers are telling me how much good things. I'm not responding to those. I'm responding to that one motherfucker that just wants
Talk
that
shit.
just Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and I'd rather, you know, and that's why people on the internet have seen me lose my shit and like yell and get angry like, uh, oh,
Super
can you
good.
see me?
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Chat, good? Am I good? Is my mic good? He'll be back.
Sorry, somebody called me. Basically, it's like this. People see me go through all the emotions: happy, sad, angry, pissed,
Right.
yelling, fucking violent. Like they see all that. So I never really hide who I am. Uh, I do need to work on, man. What am I responding to this one comment by user 38456? What like,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Um, but at the end of the day, I'm very thankful and grateful for the support I get from a lot of people. You know, who come out to the shows and just, man, they're the only reason why I still do this is for my family and for these people. You know, I don't really like saying fans, but you know, people who are fans of what I do. It's. I don't do this for me no more. I do this more for my family and for them and leaving my mark on the game. You know, that's what
Yeah.
that's it.
Oh, trust me, you definitely either people gonna realize it now or it's gonna be it's too late and they're gonna be like, yeah, you late, man. Tripping. The put out music, not it's layers. You have where you can put out a song, listen to it, and take it at face value. I like to always use the example of an iceberg. Take it away, iceberg, your glass house. You can, oh, okay, song about car, but then the bottom surface break down, kind of like you said in your recent drop on your upload, realizing as a man who you are and your own faults, and having to come to terms with those faults in order to better yourself, move forward, and help elevate your team around you.
That's something that I am the best at is telling people what's wrong with me. I'm fucked, you know.
Yeah,
I'm very flawed. Uh, I have a lot of stuff I got to work on with myself. Um, and and you know, when I'm done with this career and everything, I would like to help other people and like steer them in the right direction and not have to make the same mistakes that I did with this career, you know, and get them further in their career. I would love to do that. It's something that I've been thinking about a lot with because there's so many independent artists that are there's so many rappers and musicians and singers that you'll never hear about
yeah,
because they don't know how to get their music out there and they don't, you know, a record label didn't sign them. There's people who are way talented than myself and these other guys that are, you know, top of the charts in the independent world, that'll never be heard, that'll go to work every day and they'll never, their dreams will never be fulfilled. um, I was lucky enough to have my dream come true. um, when dreams come true, they do bring a little bit of nightmares with them and a lot of pressure, stress, because you know everyone's waiting for you to kind of fall off. Anyone could put out one hot album or one hot song, but if you're, this is I'm going on 8 years now of the internet and being viral and making these huge albums that are independent and stuff. So I want to help people when I'm done, and after I'm done fixing myself, hopefully I can help people even better. You know.
I feel like other side with it's not many times like you even not many times you just get up for with the most vulnerable side of you out there. Sometimes that is hard to do. Put yourself out there, especially on YouTube. Oh my gosh, especially
Anywhere on the
yeah,
internet.
anywhere. But for me, where my main ground is YouTube. All the comments I see, you never can make anyone happy. Always that one or group of fuckers is like, yeah, you just said everything right, But what about that one time when you did this? Like somehow won't let you ever live down something you've done or ever get because themselves they haven't figured out how to get to potential. And it's like with your status, a lot of people are always looking at you for oddly for direction in life. When like you said, all you're trying to do is take care of your family, your friends, and elevate those around you so you're done. You're like, I left a mark. Left a mark on the game. I
Yeah. I think about something like what you just said. I've been thinking about this lately because I am 44 years old.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
like, dog, it's almost time to hang this shit up.
yeah,
Uh, but I was thinking how cool it would be in, like, 2, 3 years from now. Some of these independent artists coming up that are like, "Yo, I want an Adam Calhoun feature. Like, how do I do that?" Like, that's what's gonna make me like,
yeah.
"Oh shit! Like, maybe I did do something here." Like that. I'm looking forward to. I'm excited for like that type shit, and then maybe I left a good enough legacy and like a good enough uh as like an artist and a rapper, respect enough that these kids coming up are like, "Yo, I want an Adam Calhoun feature." Like, I'm excited about that to happen. If that, I hope that does happen.
Like, bro, I need the OG back. Which I need A Cal, bro.
Yeah,
I need.
that would make my day. That would make me feel like I really did something, man.
So me personally, I didn't know best friend. Like it's kind of funny how big the ended,
I
same
wouldn't
time
say
how
best
small
friends. I would just say brothers. I mean,
brothers. Yeah, okay.
we that's my family, no matter what, through all the shit we've been through and times that sometimes we fell out and stuff. Like, we grew up 8 minutes away from each other, you know, two
Yeah,
towns that are connected. We went to the same high school. We've known each other since we were 16. Like, no, a lot of people don't know that side of the story. So I'm happy that I'm at a point in my life, how I feel and in my career where I'm at, that I'm like, let's do this one for fucking for us. How rare is it to have two guys who are independent, who are from the same neighborhood, put out an album that's gonna do really well, I'm hoping, and then maybe get a gold plaque somewhere down the line. Like, I think that the chances of that are really rare these days. We're from the
big
same
accomplishment.
place.
Yeah, you from the same cloth. Y'all was cut from the same cloth, so a bigger retrospect of just oh man, like that's big. The same cloth, same everything, and said that's your brother. I got someone I can't even call him my best. Technically, you can call him my best friend. I never would. That's my brother. My kids call you uncle and all that. My brother. For me as a listener, y'all coming from the same place, coming together to put on and put not only yourselves as an artist on the map, even more, but put what you've been through and where you're from on the map. That's you. Not many artists do. Not many artists go back or even stay home. Like you, like it real. Like you stay in Chicago, you stay home. You're
Yeah.
still putting that shit out on the map. Like yo, like anybody can do. Just gotta grind. You worked your ass off.
I'm 30 miles south of Chicago. I grew up in New Lenox, Frankfurt. If anyone's watching, New Lenox, Frankfurt Square area. Same as Chuck, mesus. Um, I still live in the same area. My kid went to the same high school. Taman graduated from the same high school as me. Yeah, this is hometown shit. This is my life, man. Like, this is real life, and it's so weird just sitting here and being where I got, how far I got. It's amazing, and I didn't think it would ever happen, honestly.
Because I don't want to go too personal, but for someone who might not, for instance, me, I've heard tidbits of Boom Squad from the like Adam went path, this was, and what you want to share is for the mute was Adam Calhoun.
Same as this guy you see right here. Uh, a little more wild. I grew up, uh, in a single family household. My biological father not in my life. Um, the guy that I call dad, his name's Pat Dwyer. He's been around for since I was a young guy. Um, sleeping in the same bed as me and my three brothers. Um, sharing clothes. But then there's a lot of cool stuff that it built a lot of character. You know, ass whoopings.
Yep.
My mom was a disciplinarian, and I got my work ethic from my mother. She had three jobs to raise us boys and my sister. Um, we lived in a we lived in a middle class suburb, but we were probably the lowest. We probably had the least money in there. Um, and fell in love with this rap shit. 12, 13 years old, and by the time I was out of high school, I was, that's '98. So there's nowhere to record in the suburbs in 1998.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no white kid down the street that is an
Right.
engineer. So we started going out to these, you know, areas that were urban, all black, and recording, and you know, we got a lot of that culture in us too, me and Chuck, and spending the summers with my grandfather in Kentucky, living in the suburbs, spending time in the country, spending time in the hood. It's like very well traveled, um, and then growing up and being on tour. And who am I, man? I'm a part of I'm a motherfucker that came from this country and has walked on this soil of this country and been to every corner. And I've even been to the depths of the fucking bottom of the barrel, being in prison and being lost out drinking every night and fighting in the bars and uh scars and tattoos and memories and just
Get forged in the fires. Forged.
yeah, man, I was really lost basically, and just going down a road lost, and I'll tell you what, prison. I talk about prison a lot because of not because I think it's cool that I went
Right.
to prison, but because of the effect it had on me and how it changed my life. I didn't take life serious. I never thought I'd be here now. Like what I mean by here is never thought I'd have a future. I didn't wasn't planning on living, you know.
Yeah.
Um
If you
but
can make it past a certain.
yeah, I was very wild. I've been shot at and stabbed, and my brother too, Danny. We were really out there fighting every weekend, looking for fights, looking for that kind of shit. And we're very lucky to be here with our own families and kids now. But what I want to say is going to prison actually, I know it doesn't help many people or rehabilitate people, but me going to prison, having to look at myself in the mirror, having to deal with myself, having to be able to, like, oh, I can't just leave. I have to sit here and deal with me. That shit made me grow up. When I came home, I was a different man. It gave me an even better work ethic. It gave me a routine, a program that I still follow to this day. I still lift every day. I still am active. It gave me it put a motor in me that just it helped. It changed my life and it made me become a man. And
Like
yeah,
it gave you, and of course, seeing your
that was horrible.
there's a glass right there. Like I can only imagine.
So no, so in prison, in the prison that I was in, there was no glass. There was visitation room,
Okay.
and he sat across from me at a table. And when he left, I was able to hug him. Um, but I was very upset that his mother brought him to see me because it was at my lowest, you know. And I didn't really have a relationship with my son because I was out here, you know, chasing rap down. I was out here drinking. I was on the streets fighting, and I didn't know my son at that time very well. And then he finally gets to see me, and he sees me, a broken man, sitting across the table from him. And I wrote him this letter in prison, and he still has it to this day. And it says basically, you know, when I come home, I'm gonna get you, and we're gonna spend. I'm gonna raise you, and I'm gonna. And it came true, you know. I got him about 2 years after I got home from prison, and I've had him ever since.
That's good. Like I got 11-year-old boy. Got a 1.5-year-old. As as a man, me personally, kind of touched the 90s, raised in the 90s. I had that. Both my parents nonsense, fuck up. Like you need to be. I can personally say my son changed, saved it. 21, I was not on a right path. You know, I dropped out of college. I was just what think be growing up in the hood. What I've seen, I think my life was. You know, and most people don't understand. They said that's what you see every day, and that's what act you don't expect to get out.
Yeah, you become a part of it.
Yeah, so I wasn't looking to try to get out. I was just like in this motherfucker. My mom might have moved us out, but I moved right back when I got older. I moved right back, like, hey, I'm back, motherfuckers. It seeing my child and like a got shit to live. I don't want never want my kids ever.
It's like it's almost this thing where they made it. If at least I feel like it's almost like cool to be in the to be in the hood.
Are y'all like? Can y'all do that shit in chat? Or who the
I
fuck
did
is
because
going?
I did what so. But what's cooler than that is to get out of the hood.
Yeah,
Uh, you know what I'm saying? Like Chief Keef, they asked him if he'd ever come back to the hood in Chicago, and he's like, "What for?" Like we worked our whole life to get out of the hood.
get out of the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, and haven't. So my son Taman, my oldest, he's 24.
he does
He
MMA, right?
Yeah, he's Muay Thai. He does a lot of MMA, but he hasn't fought any MMA fights. But he's fought three Muay Thai fights. But when I came home from prison, I got him 2 years later. He gave me purpose because I had to provide for him. I had to, even though it was hard to get a job with my felonies and my background for aggravated battery and fighting shit. I had to take anything I could get. I was towing cars. I was shoveling snow sidewalks in the wintertime.
Right,
I was mowing grasses. I was cleaning carpets. Any shitty job I could get, I was doing so I could provide for my son. Um, but then having my daughter, that put some love in my heart and changed my life. And then now we just had LC, my youngest son, and he's finally coming around, you know, to the age where I come in. You know, the first
right.
few months I'm useless
Yeah,
as a father.
yeah. He don't know.
But
Yeah,
once they start smiling and having some personality,
yeah.
I'm in there. You know
Like,
what I
oh,
mean?
that's dad. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, buddy.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, them kids, man, they mean everything. They're our legacy. They're more important than anything. And the most important thing is they got to see, like, I kiss and hug on my wife and show her affection, so my children see that,
Exactly,
so they know that's how it is. That's how it
exactly.
should.
That's how you supposed.
Yeah.
That's why in front of my daughter, I would like I make sure she's already treated.
Yep.
I saw how my dad treated and loved. I had no respect. Like, you are not it, my guy. If I bring you home to my dad, he's I don't have to do anything. He's gonna take care of it. So, and then, like you said, with having a son, when you do the same exact thing, he gets older, confident, no, respectfully, putting his hands on. I- That's not what I want to raise. Like you said, it's legacy. I
Yeah,
leave here. I want to make sure my legacy act. I did the best I could do. Father,
it's your name. And I had to restart in my family. I had to start, how do you say it? I had to break the cycle. So it's the first time in my entire life where everyone in my household, they all have the same last name. Me and my wife are married. She's got my name. My children all have my last name, and all my children that I have, they all live in the same house. Uh, so, I didn't have that ever before, and like I said, I didn't have my biological father's not in my life, but my children's father, me, is in their life. So I'm starting my family name over. It starts with me.
that's how I feel. Nothing against my family. Things happen, and we're not seeing on the page right now. And I have to do everything in my power to protect my kids, no matter who you are. Blood doesn't matter. It's like, you know the difference of, my biological father was around. I've noticed growing older as a man, there's things he right or what made me age be like, I have a kid when my son wants that when he that situation, I'm gonna be there. All the you're playing Madden or 2K and dad, come see I did a cool dunk on super easy and the computer is catering to me. Come see it. Like, yeah, son, you did like I couldn't imagine. I'm just gonna say it. I couldn't imagine being a deadbeat. I don't know
I
how.
was.
But
I
but
was.
but was that by choice? Was that more of just being
Yeah.
caught up in everything?
I mean, at the end of the day, it what that's the thing. So like, yeah, it was by choice because I had a son, Taman. I was 19 when he was born, and yeah, I was a deadbeat. I was living for myself. I wasn't. I didn't know that there was this little tiny boy that needed a father. Uh,
Right.
and not only did he need me, I needed him. I was too young to even understand that, um, or I just wasn't in the right mind
Right
to
mindset.
understand that. Um, but now looking back, I could never be that.
Right.
I could never be that again. I will never be that again because I see how important it is. So thank God, God gave me a second chance, a third chance of to get it
Right.
right. Yeah. But I've been there. I've been to the worst. I've been the worst.
Yeah.
I've been the worst, man. You know what I mean? Like I was a deadbeat. I have been to prison. I fucking have been to the bottom of the barrel. I was out there fighting and drinking and fucking random fat chicks, and I was doing all that.
He said I was doing all that. Yeah, and then for me it was more of having a kid at 21. I was still in my party phase. Like I was still in my I'm trying to go to the college, I'm trying to cheat. I can get when I'm him. Any female want me. I'm and it was the same thing. Even though he saved my life and I was there, I didn't know how to be a father. I didn't know like I was just like, I'm here. Like when you need me, I'm here. He smiles when I'm around. Like I'm there. And we lived together at that time. So it's like, I be in the house 24/7. You take care of the baby. I'm there when I'm there. I'm gonna be out partying. You can't have a life. I'm gonna be out partying doing what
Yeah,
I
you're
want to
living for
do.
yourself.
Yeah, and it took a while for me to kind of sit there and be like, fucking up. You're you're doing all this for yourself. But if you stop and just stare and just think about it, how's it affecting your baby? How's it affecting your relationship? And it was to the point where, that word was dropped on me. Like you're damn near you're here. You're a present deadbeat. I'm like,
Yeah, man.
I can never go back because just like you said, just going from there and then after now having a girl, there's something about having a girl.
I'll take 5 more.
I'm the same way. Like I seem like I'm crazy. Like I love my son. I love him to pieces, but there's something about them girls. Soon as she hit the fucking air, like I became softer.
I need that in my life. I need more softness in my I need it. I
Shit, I
need it.
don't tear up on and cry about. I'm tearing up on. I'm watching, shows I used to watch with the wife and laugh at like, this scene. I'm looking, I'm like, oh, that's so fucking beautiful. And she's like, are you crying? I'm like, I don't know why. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck? I used to sit here and be like, but it's you just learn to be softer. You
yeah.
and like you said, thank God I got multiple chances to correct it and be there for him because at the end of the day, I needed them as much as they needed me. And it's just a beautiful thing. I know for you, it's like it was music for family. Do it 100% family.
Every time.
That's what
I
I
mean,
get from you.
a lot of people say like, "Oh, what if your career ended right now?" And I'm like, I'd still be good as far as financially, but if I ever had to go back to work to support my family, that's just what I'm not too prideful for that. I go work my ass off for
Yeah.
my family.
Yeah. Shout out to all the 9 to 5ers. I don't fuck. Like I did
Yeah,
that before I fell into this. That's what I did.
yeah.
At Taco Bell and Chipotle and AT&T. I did all that. Like if I got to, and there's been times where I felt like this wasn't going to pan out. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just going back to the 9 to 5 and thank
I'm
God
glad it's
my
working
wife
for
just
you,
pushed
man.
me. Yeah, I just it's like you said, as far as musician as a reactor, I never would say equal hard because you're on a whole different pedestal when it comes to the music. Just everybody's entitled and everybody feels like you have to like what I like, you have to react to what I want. And when you don't, how dare you? You're a bigot. How dare you do how dare you listen to one track of my artist and go find another artist and listen to them? Or hey, the artists don't like each other and you listening to what are you getting at? And I'm just like, I like music. I grew up in the '90s. I have an older brother who's 7 years older than me. I grew up all fucking Nas, Biggie, Pac, KRS-One. I grew up off that shit. I love. I grew up where kind of like you said in eras where people you've been doing this before people thought, oh, white people can rap. I thought it was a black thing. Then you go to my point of view. I'm like, only black people. Hip hop is black.
So yeah, so
That's what hip hop is. It's black. And then you step out and you're like, that motherfuckers out here cold, colder than some of the ones you're sitting out here being like, dope. I'm like, I got about 4 non-melanated rappers right now that I kill that man in the booth. Like, but then I'm Uncle Tom. When I say stuff like that, you're Uncle Tom. I'm like, first of all, you don't know your history about Uncle Tom. Second of all, I can't support everyone. I gotta,
listen, if you're a dope rapper, you're a dope rapper. That's it. You
yeah,
know what I mean? There's some rappers that I don't really like, particularly as far as like I don't share the same. There's some people I've met in my life that I don't really like that much, but I
right,
can't deny that they are insane rappers. You know what
right,
I'm saying? But like my whole thing with the mirrors, saying I've been doing this shit before, like I didn't grow up on Eminem. I'm 44. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So like all the dudes that I grew up listening to, they were all black. All my idols as a child, I said this yesterday. They were, you had MJ, Michael Jordan was on my wall.
mm,
Bo Jackson was on my wall, and like a Wu Tang poster from a CD was on my wall.
right.
So like all my influences were. There was no Eminem to look up to.
Yeah,
Well, granted, there was like Third Base and
yeah.
like
You had Beastie
Beastie
Boys, yeah,
Boys,
yeah, but
Vanilla
there
Ice,
was
but they
no
didn't make
Eminem.
no, they
Like,
didn't make that impact on
yeah,
rap culture like Eminem did. So like I grew up listening to like Master Ace, Big L,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the East Coast guys, AZ, Nas, Biggie, of course, you can name all the guys, Jay-Z,
Right.
what I'm saying, Rakim, you know what I mean? I never really liked KRS-One very much, but um, I grew up listening
Kim.
to,
That's
yeah, Rakim,
yeah.
he changed rap.
Yeah.
Um, he made it more modern, but I grew up listening to that shit, and I was rapping, emulating. I think I'm using that word. I was
Yeah.
rapping because of them. That's why I started rapping. And like I thought you. That's why I said I thought you had to be black to rap. Like,
Right.
cause
Right.
that's who influenced me to rap.
All you
And then
saw.
I start rapping 18 years old in 98, 99. What, M popped in 99?
Yeah, like 99. Yeah, 90,
So
90,
then
99.
now I'm
Yeah.
doing these shows and like, oh, you're a rapper like Eminem, and I'm just like, you never stop hearing that, and
Yeah.
that's cool. Eminem is the best lyrical rapper of all time. He changed the game forever, sold the most records, did all that. But I didn't grow up on M. I don't
Right.
drive around bumping M. I
Right.
don't like. He didn't like influence how I rap today. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You had
He,
the old heads who pretty much you resonated with because they came from the same place as you. Might not have been the same actual area, but in sense of growing up, some of those artists came from the same place as you. They knew the grind, the struggle, like you said, sleeping in the bed with three siblings, hand-me-down clothes. Like when if I were to talk to you without a face, I would have been like, "Oh, damn, you grew up in a black household. All right,
yeah,
cool. Yeah, okay, okay." And then it's like, "No, no, this motherfucker is not nowhere in a black household at all." But that's how people have been put race on music growing up. Like it's always a competition with color. I see him like, "Oh, you know what you're talking about. You white. You didn't grow up with the switch." And it's like, how does that make any sense? You don't know where somebody came from. And like in your case, you didn't have not near one white person poster, however you want to say it. There wasn't no white rapper out at your time. All you
that's
had
another thing.
was
If
hip
if
hop.
you have a grandfather from the South, it don't matter what color you are. You know what a fucking switch is.
I'm from Mississippi. So yeah.
Well, nowadays it's a whole different.
Yeah, now switches mean something different. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's your go get a switch. I'm like, go pick your own switch. They don't know about that. They don't know about
yeah.
going to go pick your own switch. You trying to pick the smallest switch, then you get in trouble even more for picking the smallest
You
switch. So
end
now
up
they go
getting
get
hit
the
with a
biggest switch.
branch.
Yeah, yeah. Now they got a big ass branch in their hand. Like you should have picked a good switch. Oh man. So how did besides that being your brother, how did y'all just in the same room? You and Mesus was just like how did Pale Horse come about? Dropping Friday, y'all. Matter of fact, Friday the 13th, dropping Friday.
Brand new album, September 13th. This Friday, dropping Pale Horse with me and my good friend Mesus Chuck.
iTunes
I've
link is in
never
the
called
description.
him. I've never called him by any of his rap names. He's had like four since I've known him. It's to me, it's Chuck. I mean, we literally went to
Right.
the same high school together. But how it happened, I've never told this story. Um, I was in Tennessee recording my country album, um, and I had wrote this song for my grandfather. And during one of the verses, I had to walk out of the studio into the hall, and I just broke down and started crying, really, like one of them real cries. And I started thinking about just I'm a very intense person to be around.
Mhm.
I expect everyone to be able. I only expect you to do what I can do. I will never ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do.
Right.
I expect the greatest part of you. That's what I expect out of everyone around me, and those are high expectations to have for other people. And sometimes people take me the wrong way, how I am and how I talk, and sometimes it causes friction, and they don't like my delivery on how I'm saying things intensely and passionately. And throughout me and Chuck's life, I've he's been one of the people that I've really talked to with love, but in a motherfucker like
Yeah.
try that
Yeah.
intense
Yeah.
way. I do it to my son too, and sometimes my delivery's off. And anyways, I was recording the song with my grandpa. I walked out, I'm crying in the hallway, and I started thinking about how my grandfather used to talk to me, and he had such a good way of just like quietly, silently, like very little words, and it just made you feel good. And I
Comforting.
started thinking about all the people that I kind of had pushed away from me, and Chuck was one of them. And I had one of our mutual friends reach out to him and tell him, I would like to talk to him because we hadn't talked in about a year. And we got on the phone and started talking, and it started like that. And then we kept talking, and we saw each other a few times here and there, and I said we should finish off what we started when we were 19 years old. We released a CD, an album, um,
That's dope.
and I said I want to try to, because his career is kind of he kind of popped for a little while with that stuff he was doing, and then
Yeah.
he hasn't done very much. So I was like, I want to give you a good kick in the ass, and let's get more people should know who you are and how
Right.
good you are at this shit. You're a phenomenal rapper.
Right.
And I said, let's just do it, and that's what we did. And it wasn't easy, we butt heads a lot because he's stubborn, and so am I. We'll argue if we're not coming off of something, we're standing on it.
Right.
Uh, we ran a lot. We lifted. We you know every day it was me and him. And that's how I like recording with somebody. Same thing with Tom McDonald. When we recorded, it was the same regiment. Um, and you really find out about another person when you push them that hard physically. You find about how strong they are mentally. Um, but that's how it all happened. It happened with me having a moment of, I wouldn't call it weakness, but a moment of, hey, motherfucker, like
Clarity.
that's the first time you've cried in a decade. You think
Yeah.
you got fucking problems. You got issues that you need to. You've pushed people away. You need to start bringing people back into your life. That's how it happened.
That's dope. That's dope. So you guys just pretty much just reconnected. It was like, and that's brotherhood. You can tell that's brotherhood because, like you said, it was like a year you guys didn't talk, and
Yeah.
then you guys come back, and it's like we ain't never missed a fucking step. We might have
No,
some things we gotta talk about, but other than that, the energy, we ain't never missed a fucking step. And that's what it seems like. That's what it really seems like. Especially, I'm gonna keep saying it because obviously that song got me hooked. Mirrors. It seems like you, Mesus, and Tom was in the studio pushing each other. Like I can literally hear. It's not. It wasn't a competition. It was we are three of the most influential independent artists right now. We need to come correct. We need to come hard. And it's like all you guys. You can just tell your energy was about pushing each other in a positive direction while at the same time being real. That's why I connect to your music. It's real. I like a motherfucker who talks about the realness, his life, the mental struggles. I don't like all that. Hey man, yeah, go get a bottle, smoke weed, smack bitches. Like you ain't doing none of that shit. You're not telling people to go take 5 different drugs that you can't live off of if you do, and take five and go. You're being real, and reason why it resonated with me is because at one point in my life I didn't like who I saw in the mirror. I would look in the mirror and be like, "Who the fuck are you?"
think we've all been there.
Yeah,
Uh, that song though, Tom wasn't in the studio with us to record that, but I will tell you another story that I haven't told. Uh, we were done with the album, and I sent Tom two songs that I thought that were Tom would be really good on, and that's the one he picked was Mirrors, and our verses were already laid. The song was done, and he bodied it.
went with the flow. He just went.
Yeah, and he he
That's
he
dope.
he he matched it perfectly. Um, and he that's another thing I like showing is that how good of a rapper Tom is. Tom's not just, yes, Tom will rap about, you know,
Yeah,
we all know.
yeah,
But
yeah.
Tom's a rapper.
Same
I
thing with
sat.
mesus. Same thing with mesus. Like you said, like
Yeah,
everybody thinks that's what mesus is and about, but then the few songs people don't go out and hear, like his older or maybe newer songs that he's not talking about that. It's like, motherfucker is an MC, the lyricist.
yeah, he is.
Excuse
No,
me.
he's an actual MC, and I know that to be true because I've known him my whole life, and I've seen him battle, and we grew up with rap, man. We grew up in rap, and we grew up in that culture, you
Yeah.
know, and being the only white boys in miles and miles and miles,
Yeah.
uh, and we found comfort in that too, and I learned a lot about. It's not the same anymore. The hood ain't the same as it used to be. These kids ain't the same as they used to be. Now
Facts.
I wouldn't tell a 19-year-old me go to the hood and record. It's different now. You got
Yeah.
13-year-olds riding around with switches that'll just smoke you for
Yeah.
just so they can get their name and go to. They know they're going to prison, and just so they can get their name.
Just the clout.
That's it, dog. It's different. Shit's different now.
Used to be able to go to the hood and all the shit that's out there that people get divided by. It's like the hood was a safe zone or like a zone where you never felt that shit. Like white, black, Indian, Armenian. Like you walk in the hood, everybody was like, "Hey, what's up, nigga?
That's
What's
how I
up?"
felt. That's how
Like,
I felt it was. That's
yes.
how I
So
felt it
when
was.
you did your what's the song? Was it racism or racist?
Yeah,
Was it
racism.
like when
Yeah.
you did that? And of course, the part where you said, nigga this, nigga that. People were like, how are you not upset? I'm like, he's speaking facts. I've came from what he's speaking about. He's not saying nothing out of the ordinary. But I love that you did it. That's why I say there's a difference between a rapper and an artist, or a rapper and an MC. A rapper, they just go out there and rap, and it sounds good. It has meanings. They can sell records. They can do all that. This is no disrespect to M. Eminem, to me, he is a good lyricist, but he's also a rapper. You are an artist, for the fact of I can hear multiple songs of yours, and it starts a conversation. It invokes a thought. It invokes something in people to talk about certain subject. So when you hit on that, I didn't take it as, people see the title and they're like, oh, okay, I see. But I took it as you being like, get off my back, because I came from a neighborhood that predominantly you would think only black people should come from. I grew up around stuff that only black people should be experiencing. And because I did, you can't take me up what I say. Instead, because you're a different skin color, they wanted to flop that around and be like, "Oh, he shouldn't have said that. He don't know nothing about that. He don't know nothing." I'm like, motherfuckers in Chicago. What do you
And
mean?
if you know anything about Chicago, you can't go to certain neighborhoods without a cosign. And you couldn't been where I was rapping about what I was rapping about without that shit being already like cosign. You know what I'm
Cosign
saying?
and yeah,
Um, I was just. Oh, are we live right now?
yeah, I'm live.
I was trying to see the comments. I can't see. I didn't.
Oh,
Are you able to see comments?
it's on my YouTube. I didn't go live on the restream because it was trying to
Oh, okay,
fuck
cool.
everything up. So it's on my YouTube.
We're live.
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
My fault. Yeah, I thought my bad. Yeah, I was like, let me get this started. That's what I meant by live. My fault.
I was just trying to see what the people were saying, but I couldn't see anything.
I got a couple questions from them that they want. I was gonna do that. I mean, we can go down if you want to, but
No,
yeah.
no, 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 no. Keep
he
going.
said, wait a minute, we live? But what was it? Oh yeah, but you talked about Tom and you wanting to showcase his skills because everybody knows what you know everything's
He's one of the best rappers. Like he in this day and age, independent wise, he's one of the not even fucking independent. that dude's a rapper. He's a rapper. He's a really good rapper. I've sat next to him and watched him try to do this. It was like double time, but like double time and a half on this song that we were doing, and he sat there for an hour and a half trying to twist these words together. I don't like double time rap. I
Right.
don't like fast rap. I don't like it.
Right.
But when Tom does it, I think it's because he's Canadian and the way he enunciates his words, you can kind of understand. You can hear it clearly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can hear it clearly, and it pisses me off. I don't like rapping fast.
I feel like I'll stutter if I try. Like I couldn't. Yeah.
But I'm sitting next to him in the studio, and he's sitting at his desk with his headphones on, so you don't hear a beat, you just hear his voice, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like recording, laughing my ass off because he's saying he's trying to get this out, and he's like, I don't think I can do this. Like, it's not working. And I'm like, dog, I've been sitting here watching you for 30 minutes, and each time you're getting closer, you're getting close. And he
Yeah.
finally fucking got it after about an hour. He's just a good rapper, and I know a lot of people see his content, and he's rapping about what's going on in the world or political, or some
Right.
people they can call it whatever they want to call it. At the end of the day, get on a track with him that's just a rap track and see what happens. The dude can rap his ass off. And if anyone doesn't think that, then they don't know shit about rap.
I can actually agree. Like I said, I this is not a shot at other reactors. You know, we got some reactors who want to be instigators or news anchors and shit. And you know, if that's their thing, that's their thing. Like I said, everybody got to get they shit how they get it. Me, I'm I'm more about the music. I'm more about the music and the person. You know, when someone tells me like, "Oh, did you hear they did this? Is it something to do with their music?" No, I don't care. That's their personal life. Like, I
That's
don't.
probably that's probably the best policy right there.
Yeah, I don't care. Well, they said this in their music. No, I don't care. I feel like at 33, I've mastered the art of minding my fucking business, and not even just being like, I gotta mind my business. Like, I'm minding my business. If you're not harming me, stopping anything to do with my path, harming my family, do you be happy?
What a
I don't give a
beautiful way
shit.
to say that. You said that beautifully. You've mastered the art of minding my business.
Yeah.
I could take probably a lesson page from that from you.
It's I've just been as far as my path in life, I've just gotten my dumb ass into too much shit by not minding my business. And I've had too many moments where like, you know what, Jeremy, if you fuck up and minding your business, we wouldn't be standing right here. So I've just learned to just look up and be like, what's going on? Oh, are you okay? Is it affecting y'all? No, it's not. Okay, anyway, what was I doing? Like, like that's just me. I
I don't
don't.
know how many times a day I'll start responding to a comment. What the fuck, dude? I'm lighting it up over here.
Oh shit! 2 thumbs up. You got a fireworks.
I'll be I'll
Restream
be
is goofy.
I'll be responding to a comment of like someone that's talking shit, and I have to delete it and like be like, "What? Don't you already know? Stop, just stop." Or I'll
Yeah,
hear somebody say something. It's like a guy with 1,000 subs with 400 views, and he said my name, and I'll be like, and I gotta just fuck it, man.
yeah,
Fuck it.
yeah. I've caught myself doing that too. It's to the point because I'll sit there and see that I've written a whole ass paragraph. They've said a sentence, and I'm sitting there,
Yeah.
and it's a paragraph, and I'm like, who gonna read all that shit? And who and not to be disrespectful to them, I'm like, who are you that I have to waste my? You don't even know me. You
Yeah.
don't. You just saw something and was like, I'm gonna speak on it. You don't know me. It ain't worth it. And I can, you know, even though I mastered that art of minding my business on any platform, it's hard when you those negative comments and they're going at who you are as a person, and it just innate as a human for you to just defend yourself. Just to be like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not me. Like, chill out. And then you have to remember at the same time, it's YouTube. I'm gonna scroll down and in 3 more comments, I'm gonna see the same fucking shit said, but a different
See, but
way.
it's not for me. Like, the internet is real life for me. Like, hear me out.
Yeah,
What I mean by that is like, well, hold up. You just said that about me. Okay, like, no. Let's handle this. Like, let
right,
you like it's in like real life. That's how I kind of look at it. Like,
right.
well, hold up, you just said all this shit about me, so let's go.
And
Like if
now that I'm reaching out to confront you, now you're like, well, hold on, wait.
I'm just
Like,
saying, if we're out out here in the real world, and you said all that about me, we're gonna have conflict, right?
yeah,
So it's like that's how I need to what I need to do is stop treating the internet like it is real life, because it's just the internet,
it's
bro. They
yes,
just
they just some way somehow that what they said to you made their life and them feel better. They literally the way I picture it, they literally on their phone, got done, was like,
yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna go
yeah,
have a walk today now.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, go help an old
yeah,
lady cross the street. Why? What'd you do? I just told Adam Calhoun, fuck you, sucks, buddy.
yeah.
And like it, but you know how I was raised, like you said, like I have to remember, like, and it ain't about just trying to use my height and use like, oh, I'm 6'4", but it's just like, motherfucker, if you
You're
saw
six
my,
four.
yeah,
I'm only
yeah,
5'10". You're a giant.
yeah. So that's what people, like, see me out in the street. You're not gonna say half the shit you said to me on YouTube to my face. You're gonna look at me and be like, oh, Wolf. Hey,
You're up
man,
there.
I love your reactions. Like, and then I'm the one who's like, really? Because I remember shit. I'm that person. I'm like, really? Because you just said so and so. I was kidding. I was kidding. Hey, man, why do you? Hey, you see? I ain't saying shit. I had that problem of just being like, you want to talk your shit, then let's talk the shit. But like you said, you got to treat the internet like it is. Like it's just the internet. If it was somebody that you actually knew behind that name and they were close by and stuff, like, man, I don't want to talk about this on the internet. Like, come see me.
Yeah.
So I think that watching you and everything just from this year, I feel like you've grown in trying to realize that, because
It was a tough learning process this year for me.
yeah,
Uh, and it definitely did. That's the only thing that does make you grow, is going through those, being in tough situations. You either gonna learn and grow, or you're gonna be an idiot. And thankfully, I learned and grew.
I ain't gonna
Uh,
lie. I watched a couple of things and I just been just looking at you. I'm like, Adam gives a fuck, man. Fuck them, fuck them. But
I give
then
a fuck for
on the
some
on the
reason.
part I'm saying it on you on the fucking screen, like, ow, motherfucker, like, say it again. And I'm like, Adam, who
Yeah.
care?
No, I
But
no, I look back at them videos and I'm just like, yeah, that's me. Fuck.
yeah,
Because it
I
is
just
a
did
part of me
that.
that that, like, motherfucker, I want it. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
But it's like, hold up, you're yelling on the internet, and that just looks bad. You know what I mean?
How many times has your wife came to you after that and been like, babe,
Uh, she
babe?
she, my wife is. I tell you what, that woman is a saint, and she's been through a lot with me, but she's so cool, because she doesn't just say, "Oh, you're great." She supports me, and then she pushes me to go and chase my dreams and do what I want to do, and she understands that it does take time away from us and family, and but she's always there to be like, every time you do this, it stresses you out, and you're stressed out for a fucking 2 months, and then you're gonna
Yeah.
be. She's like, I don't understand why you do it to yourself, but you just do it until you don't. Because she saw me quit drinking. I drank ever since I known her. I would be out Thursday through Sunday, binge drinking, and she stayed with me. And one day I woke up and I just stopped drinking. So she knows, that's one thing she knows about me. When I have my mind set on something, I do it. So one day I'll just, and it's it. It's done. Like, I won't respond to that kind of shit. I won't be doing, like, she
Right.
knows that about me. Once I got something in my head, that's another thing she knows about me that's on the bad side. Once I got something in my head, I can't come off it. I'm not coming off of it. Whether it's good or bad. If it's good, like quitting drinking and I don't know, going to be a pastor, that's what I'm gonna go do. You know what I mean? Or if it's I'm gonna go to this dude's house, knock on his door, and pull him out of his house and he might beat my ass, but I'm gonna let him know, like, hey, I'm here.
I ain't
Like,
no bitch.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm not coming off of something once I'm on it. It's just
Right.
not, and it's. Listen, I'm 44. I need to start being a little more, being able to deal with my uh
Emotions?
that anger emotion that I
Yeah.
go to so fast. I need to learn how to deal with that better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, big on that. Like, yeah, big congratulations on that. Being sober. Yeah, that's I won't say that's how I feel about, but I want that mentality of being able to cut back. Like it's gotten to the point because everybody looks at weed as a let me chill out. It's gonna relax me. It's gonna. But for someone like me, I was. Oh, he's gonna come back. Somebody probably calling him. He's a popular man, y'all. He get calls.
So I wish there's a way around that. I wonder if I could put it on airplane mode.
Nah, airplane mode didn't take off your internet. I think
All right.
it does. But
All right. Yeah, weed.
weed. Yeah. I smoke heavy. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie. But it's because when COVID hit, I dove into this fully. I dove into content creation fully because COVID hit. I just lost my job. It wasn't no like you're horrible at your job. It was, well, you're in a physical job. Bye. And I'm just like, what the fuck I'm supposed to do? You literally just what the fuck? So I dove into this, and it when it's available for me to smoke all the time, man, it's like a goddamn pack of camels. I'm just sitting there. Next, and I just feel like it's to the point where I could slow down, and I want the mindset of slow down. You know,
Does it make you? Do you think weed smoking a lot of it? Do you think it makes it you feel at times like lazy or like not like with no ambition or something?
I've learned sometimes if I do it too heavy, like if I hit the ground running, I'm like, let me 6 to the face back to back. Then I'll get to that point where I'm like, there's no drive, get up and record a reaction, but I'm gonna get stuck into scrolling. Let me scroll and look at other people talk about them making thousands of dollars doing the same shit I'm doing, but I'm not getting there. It kind of gets me in a imposter syndrome. I start seeing going to other reactors that's bigger, and I know they're getting paid more, and I'm like doing the same thing. What's wrong? Ah, da, da, da. And then there's some moments where I don't smoke as much throughout the day because I'm actually being productive and busy, and it helps. There's been
So
moments
that's the
where
thing.
I'm
So then,
sober
so
and I smoke and it helps, but then sometimes I smoke too much and then I'm like,
if you like started a regiment where every day you had a set schedule, I gotta run it this time, I gotta lift it this time, I gotta write it this time, I gotta record these reactions this time. So you could basically take your weed smoking down to the minimal if long as your mind's kept active on shit.
right. And I've noticed that, but then it's like I'll notice it and be like, oh no 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 no, I need to smoke. I need to smoke. No 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 no. I've realized that
Wait,
I'm
everything's
actually
going
sitting here.
great. Hold on,
Yeah,
give
yeah.
me
Hold
a
on, hold
fucking.
on, hold on. I just did a whole workout in 30 minutes. Something's wrong with me. Let me get a blunt. But then there's times where I haven't had one, and I feel like my juices aren't flowing.
Creative.
And then I smack one, and I'm like, oh motherfucker, I got them ideas out the world. So it's like I need to now find that medium within myself to be like, all right, I'm cool, I'm where I need to be, let's get work done. There's no point just because I can to just sit there and at them, bro. It's like 20 plus a day.
Fucking blunts. What the fuck, dog? How are
And
you fucking awake right now?
well, luckily today has only been 2, but still, it's like
So with me, there was no medium with alcohol. I was drinking specifically to get as drunk as possible. That's it. So that's why after decades of that, one day the hangovers just got to be 3 days long. I just said, "This is it. I'm done." And it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made uh, for myself.
and health wise.
Yeah, man, it was great. So
I'm trying to get there. Like I said, I completely stopping because on a personal level, I do advocate for it. I do advocate for what medicinally can do, but I don't want to be. I don't want my presence to be like, oh man, there's Wolf. He got a bag on him.
Roll one up.
Throw one out. I'm like, motherfucker, what you mean? Like, but
I mean,
it's
bro, everyone accepts weed. Like everyone I know smokes weed. Smoking weed to me is like whatever. Like you know what I mean?
yeah. But
Like
it turned into that whatever until I started to tie trauma stuff to it. Oh, I'm stressed or going on in my life. I gotta smoke.
yeah.
Oh, I got into it with friends and family. I gotta smoke. Damn, these bills just piled up out the fucking nowhere. I gotta smoke. Like instead of just being like, I wanted to go back to being like, all right, house is clean, kids asleep, got shit taken care of. All right, let's smoke the first blunt for the day at 9 p.m. Like that's what I want. But it's like throughout my day, it's always that one thing where I'm like, life's going good. Like, and it'd be something so small. My wife, she's just she has a way of telling me nicely, like, what the fuck, but nice. Hey, hey, babe, I just looked and like your 13th one in 2 hours. Want to go for a walk? Want to go work
Yeah.
out? Your daughter's out here in the living room, and then it's like, oh, I can't. I'm never going back to that. So let me put that out. Like you're right. Let me. Like yeah, try not to bother you, but hey, family, and that's where I had to learn. I had to learn that at a, that my son's mother. We enabled each other. It wasn't no, hey, okay, babe. It was, you want to smoke? Motherfucker, I thought you never asked. Like it was like those type of things. So that enabled me in a sense that connected with I was a present deadbeat. I was choosing to be out on the patio or be out with friends or be in my smoke room smoking instead of doing it maturely. You hit this, let me smoke this one blunt, go spend hours with family time. Instead, I'm spending hours smoking. So it to me it was like I'm getting close to that moment of just like slow the fuck down because I could have sworn I just walked through the door with my newborn daughter. Now here she is, 1.5, walking. I was there for it all, but time is always present to remind you it ain't gonna slow down for nobody.
Nah.
Like so, you better,
And the older you get, it
yeah.
starts speeding up.
So I've honestly just did what you've been saying. I keep my mind focused. That old man back. I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't kept my mind focused. Instead of waking up and being like, let me wake and bake, I wake up, drink water first, work out, go for a walk, chill with my daughter, and then before I know it, I'm like, oh shit, 2 p.m. I guess I'll smoke. And I was getting to a point I'll roll it, and then it still sits there on my desk for like another hour, hour and a half. I'm actually engaged and focused on doing something. So I just for you and then me coming from a family who drank and destroyed their lives, and hearing you drinking and you had that moment of clarity where you were just like, fuck dog, I'm tired of being hungover 3 4 days. Like this shit don't feel good. And you just more power to you, man. Because that even though you had your wife beside you, it was one of those things that would definitely save marriage and save your relationship.
Oh yeah.
Depending how you were, that's just one of the things that helps bring that demon.
Yeah, I was one of the funnest people ever to drink with on the planet, unless you were my significant other.
Yeah.
And then I come home and I'm on the couch sleeping, passed out for 3 days, and she's got it. It was
Yeah.
hard on her, not because of like how I was drunk. I was a very functioning drunk, but it was the after effects of the way I was for 3 days after I
Yeah.
drank for
I
three
can't
days
help
straight.
you with shit. Can't clean the house up or
Yeah,
can't talk
yeah,
about our shit. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Now your missus, y'all didn't get married immediately, right? Like y'all just got married this past year?
Two
About
years
so 2 years
we've
ago?
been married for.
You just had a wedding recently.
Yeah, we got married in August of 20. I don't want to fuck this up. 22,
Yeah.
and then we got married January. I'm sorry. we got married legally in August of 22, and then we had our ceremony in January of 23.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I just saw the wedding.
Yeah. So
Big
we just
congrats on
had our
that, man.
2-year actual wedding, but we've been together for over 10 years. She was with me when I had no license, no car, living in my brother's basement, uh, taking the train to work. I mean, just I was, I was pretty, I was working on my comeback as far as like, I had just gotten to the union, and I was starting to all that hard work and having my son, and it started paying off. And then she came into my life, and we got this little tiny duplex that was like a shithole, but she made it nice, and we've been together ever since. And it's she's been the constant like lighthouse, uh, just a beacon of light, like to keep me coming into to land, to shore. When I'm lost out there. Uh, and I wouldn't be here today where I am in my career even without her. So she's part of my road.
Definitely. Like, yeah. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. I was with my son's mom for 12 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
12 years. Uh it was one of those things where like, all right, out of those 12 years, for like 11 of them we were engaged. I proposed to her graduation night at B Dubs. Oh, just thinking I was doing something suave, but and I wanted a family, I wanted a kid, but it was one of those things of me and her kind of just outgrew each other instead of just coming to a realization. Like, am I glad I had a son or had a kid? Period. Absolutely.
Of course.
Would I have waited, have one if I at that time of being immature would have known me and her were just ignoring the different people. We were like magnets trying to come together. It was always like we got close,
Yeah.
and life happened, and within like that same years of like us breaking apart, I reconnected with my best friend from high school. Like, she was my best friend. First, I started to flirt with her back when I was in ROTC. Put a flirt with her ass, and we just became friends. And it was a hard time doing COVID and stuff. And I was like, I need a couch, and she's like, couch. And in my head, it was never no. I was past that immaturity of letting them come because I just was like, I'm too grown to live at home. I smoke weed. I'm too grown to be. So it went from that, and then that friendship blossomed to, after me and his mom split up. I'm like, hey, motherfucker, I think I like you. I think I like you. Let's go on a date. Let's go to an NF concert. I think I like you. So next year, years later, we got married on 420. I just had my first year anniversary. Had our daughter last year, and
Oh,
it's
so you really, really love weed.
yeah, yeah. We do. That was her thing. That was I told her to set the date. She said 420. We got married on 420 at 420.
So I gave Margie 3 engagement rings before I ever got on my knee. So like in our friend group, I got the same friends I've had my whole like since I was like a kid. We still friends to this day, and our kids play together now.
Oh
So
damn, man,
like
I'm jealous of that. All my friends
you're
became
talking
haters.
20, 30 years. And so all the girls, they all had these big rings and stuff. And I just always felt bad because I always told Margie, we're never getting married. I'm never having kids. Like, I ain't doing
Right,
that because everyone in my family's divorced. My mom's been married 3 times. Like, I'm not doing that. When you get married, you get divorced. That's just how it is. Like, I'm
right.
not going through that shit. And I don't want to have kids and then they grow up in a broken home and all that. I'm not trying to be a part time dad. Like, I'm not doing it. She
Agree.
knew it. That was that. So, like, but I had money now. Now you're talking, we've been together 6 years, 5 years, and now I started having money. So I bought her 3 engagement rings, 3 different ones, until I finally one day in this house with my son and my daughter, because my daughter was born already, at the dinner table, I got down on my knees and asked her to marry me, and that was it. That was that. And then we had another child. So I told her this was never going to happen, and I meant it. But I'm so glad that it did. It's the best thing. Them kids and her and my son's still here, my
Yep.
oldest son, and it's just thank God, man, because they give me purpose.
Family is definitely important.
Yeah.
Definitely. I I would wish the part time dad on no one. I got to go through that with my son, and it fucking sucks because
Yeah.
I want him. It's like when I want him, I want him. Like I don't. It never really sits right in my heart that I'm able to get up from this desk, go in the living room, and see my daughter, but I don't. I'm at the I won't say mercy, but I'm at the mercy in the sense to someone else who's gonna tell me, hey, every other weekend you get to see your son, you go here, he's going to, and it's not like with me and her, we're cool, we're co-parent, we don't first thing out our mouths is we're not getting the court involved. Like, why get somebody involved in our business that don't know tell you because you're the man and we're in the mother state, they gonna tell you you gonna get less rights and less anything than you have with your son now. We might as well just handle this shit as two adults. So it's I would love I would love to have him in the house full time. I would love, but she was a young mom, kind of linked her identity to him. So even though I've asked nicely many times, for like let me have him for a year. Let me just experience what it is to have him for a year. No, I had kidding. I have to respect. Like I just have to respect it because then at the end of the day, if I cause any drama, it causes drama for him. So I just take it under the chin and be like, I'm in hopes that he gets to that age where he just gets on her fucking nerves. And then she's just like, here, take him. Just take him. And then I'm like, yeah.
It'll happen.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. So I just been waiting my time in the corner plotting a little bit. I'm just like,
It'll
just
happen.
annoy the shit out of your mom. So I'm waiting for her to be like, come take him. Gladly.
How old is he
Gladly.
now?
11 and just started middle school. So
Give it a couple of years, you'll be all right.
yeah, he already tried to talk to her about the talks, and uh growing up and hair sprouting in new places and calling me like, "What the fuck am I supposed to say?" I'm like, "Uh huh, uh huh." And then, and then she's married now, so I'm like, tell homie to, and he don't know what to say either. And I'm like, "He got two boys. What the fuck you mean he don't know what to say?" Like, I get on the phone with him. I'm like, "You a man now. You'll start feeling some shit. Just please come talk to your dad. Don't talk to nobody else. Just come talk to your dad."
Yeah,
Well, my friends, no, fuck, no. Don't talk to your friends because my wife, she's worked in a middle school and stuff, and like you said, kids are not the same. The advancement and shit they're trying to do in these classes while teachers are
it's
there,
great.
uh, sexual things, violent things. I'm just like, motherfucker, I was bringing in comic books and shit in middle school and reading them and getting called a nerd and shit. You got kids trying to do this and now people on the internet screenshotting kids talking about going to their schools and I'm like I can't relate because I'm like in the 90s unless it was hidden I didn't hear about this shit. Didn't
I never did.
We didn't see this shit. And to be 100% honest, the only time realization hit in like, oh, this shit's happening was, and rest in peace to everybody in that event, was Columbine.
Columbine, yeah.
Yeah. To me, I feel like to everybody, they were like, we shoot at schools?
Yeah,
Like,
that
like,
wasn't a
like
thing. That
what?
was a thing when I was going through school and
Yeah.
stuff like
And I,
that.
and I, I can get into my thoughts and what some people would say theories about why all that shit is happening, but YouTube won't like that and we'll just be instantly I just lava be up and I get off. But I never grew up hearing that, and now I'm here. I am, got a son in middle school. My daughter, we're going to homeschool. Fuck that. But here I am. He's in middle school, and I'm just worried about his safety. Because you got kids just being like, tomorrow morning I'm gonna wake up and just unload all the switches on the school, and it's like, what?
Yeah,
Where is this coming
I know.
from?
That's one thing that bothers me is anybody doing any type of harm to a child, a baby, or a young, you know, person. It's something I don't really like talking about because it makes me. It's something that affects me. Seeing these young kids who are just like. I'm not. I don't want to really dive into this because it's depressing. But
Yeah, yeah,
seeing these young kids that get terminally sick, or seeing these young babies that get you know. Uh,
yeah.
their innocence taken from them, and uh, you know there's a very big place in hell for the people that do these things.
Agreed.
But yeah, that's something I don't really like talking about because I start getting
Emotional.
emotionally uh, fucked up there.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't want to dive into it too much. That either. That's my. I wanted to briefly touch on it. Family man to family man. I understand. I
Yeah,
understand. So yeah. This part I do want to move on to the album. I think the chat got the gist of who Adam is. Hopefully, you guys know it's more than just the music uploads and drops you get to see. And 'cause of course, a lot of people that they I heard it all. Well, you're interviewing Adam, it's gonna get political and blah blah blah. I understand that, but I also, like I said when we messaged you, I want people to understand uh, who you are, because when all they get to see is, and not necessarily what you're doing on purpose, but all they get to see is what you put on YouTube. They they don't see, like you said, when you made that video, it was the hardest video that you made. I could tell in your voice, your face, it was a hard video. And I just wanted to my job because many writers do many different things. I wanted people, first of all, you're human,
yeah,
you're a father, you're a husband, and by chance, like you said, the music just lucked up and found you. Said fuck it, and I'm take it off with it. Ever since then, you've been doing amazing. Now, y'all, watch this plug, y'all. You ready? Ready? And since you've been doing amazing like that, now we got Pale Horse.
yeah,
We got that project coming with you and Mesus. You already told us how that came about. But my thing I want to know, and I guess chat wants to know, is the the beats. Like when you're picking your beats, what stands out most about that beat where you're like, yes. Like let me I'm using that. Now let's start the process of making a song, a title and whatnot. Like how does that come about for you?
the beat thing is so weird, man. Uh
Lena, thank you for that.
you listen after all these years, even from being a young guy, in my early 20s, you just I can skip through 100 beats. I can give a beat. As soon as I hear that beat drop, I know right then and there if I want it or I don't want. If I can fuck with it or not fuck with it. And I know what I'm looking for, but every project is different. What I'm looking for. I might have not picked these songs if it was a different project. So these beats, um, like that mirrors. That's like an NF type beat. I can't
I
stand that type of shit.
I was gonna say, I was like, that was that's why I liked it, because it was a little bit different than what you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I picked that beat because I was like, hold, because it had something there, it was some cinematic, and I immediately started writing the chorus, and I think that's how I pick my beats. I pick my beat to where, hold on, can I get some type of harmonization lines of a hook first? I want to get the hook in there first. The hook is the most important part of a song. And if I can find that hook within the first 30 seconds of listening to it, or find something that attracts me to the beat, um, that's what I do. Um, and again, it's so weird because people will send me beats and I'm so picky. It's not that I'm picky. I'm picky in that particular time because I would have chose that beat 3 months ago, but now I'm doing this, and this is what it needs to sound like.
Yep.
So choosing I choosing beats can be difficult. Thank God I know producers like Coco, Scat, um, guys like that. I've worked with them mostly. There's the dude who made that beat. His name is Trunks. Um,
Uh-huh.
but have you heard of him?
No, 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 no,
No.
no. But
So but Scatterbrains and Coco, those are the main guys that I've worked with that produce. They drop everything they're doing, and they're really able to cater. I tell them what I'm looking for, and they're really able to key in and cater to that sound that I'm looking for. So shout out to both of those guys. And Coco, he's got a Grammy. He did the Nelly Tim McGraw Over and Over Again song.
oh, okay, okay, okay.
He
Now I know what you're
did
talking about.
he did the Bad Boys soundtrack with
Soundtrack.
Nelly. Yeah, he did a lot of that stuff. The guy's just phenomenal. Scattered Brains, he's a great producer as well. And I've worked with other producers, and I want to work with some newer producers that might not have as big as following and stuff like that in the future and stuff. So, but yeah, that's how I pick beats by if I can hear a chorus on it.
Yeah, 'cause like you said, a hook is. I mean, that's what a hook is. It's hook to hook us in. If and I kind of feel that way as a listener. If I get to a hook and by like the second time the hook comes on and I don't already have it like my head, like remember it, like
Then I didn't do my job.
is that like mirrors about the second time you were fucking screaming off, I was screaming too. Like I'm like I gotta stop because then here come the comments. This wasn't your first time reaction. You're sitting there mouthing the hook. Like it's a hook. Like he got me to the point where I'm ready for the fucking hook to come on. Like
Yeah,
you did your job.
yeah.
So that's why I wanted to ask because it seems like your beats every time I've heard a song, it didn't sound like it was. Oh, okay. I see. I got to send a beat. Let me make a song. It sounded like you were like, that's the one. I've heard a plethora of beats today, but that is the one. And I just really respect that about you. I just respect the music and what you stand for. To be honest,
I appreciate it, man.
it's just where I came from and what I looked up to and just actually me loving music. That's why I tell people argue with your mama, not me. If you're not an ACAL fan, you're not an ACAL fan. He's not gonna care. There's people out there who love your music. People out there who's middle. There's people who's like fuck ACAL. But at the end of the day, your music is gonna reach the people it needs to reach. And
Yeah,
those are the
and I
people
think
you want behind you.
yeah, I mean, you could say that about every artist. There's people that love them, feel indifferent, or hate them. I mean, that's
Yeah,
just what happens when you put yourself out there for the world to judge. That's what they're gonna judge. There people are gonna love you, people are gonna hate you, and people are gonna be like, he doesn't do either for me, And that's
exactly.
just life. And I have to start accepting that. I want everyone to love me, but you know, uh, that's not how it works.
How life works.
Yeah,
So let me 10 tracks. We got Mirrors, Lost My
yeah.
Mind, Glass House, Pale Horse, Give It a Name. That's gonna have Dusty on it and Bubba. Ooh. Hear No Evil, FaceTime. If I Was President, We Were Kids, and The Liar. I don't know why I'm liking the 10th one.
Judas the Liar is probably my second favorite track on the album.
Answer my
Uh,
question. All right. Okay.
my least favorite track on the album is "If I Were President." I thought that was gonna be. I don't. It's a good song. It's just my least favorite song on this. We almost made an album that I could listen to all the way through. If we would have had
Until that
nine
song.
tracks, and we took four off,
Dang.
so we almost made an album that it'd be the first album that I was able to listen to all the way through. But that if I were president, there's just something. There's something there, but there's also something it's missing, and I can't figure it out. But it's too late now. It's,
Well, what's your number one? You said Judas the Liar is the second. What's the number one?
um, That's a hard question because they're all special to me because they were made just with like just they're all like customly made from just scratch. Like even the beats, everything. It's just like I mean that's how every album is, but this album is a little more special to me because I was able to recreate something that me and my friend did over 20 years ago in the modern rap now. I think I think Mirrors is probably my favorite song on the album. Not my favorite verse of mine, but my favorite song because it's like a really good, complete song that's different that I haven't done before, and it's really big and cinematic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what shocked me was definitely I felt like you with Mirrors, you kinda stepped out of your comfort zone. Like, I'm not really a big country person, so to me, I was out of my comfort zone and didn't know how comfortable you were with country music with that album for me to be like, but I felt like that was out of your comfort zone too. But I really felt like Mirrors was really different way you approached it in most of your songs.
that song with me, Dusty, and Bubba on it.
Hmm.
That's either going to be a gigantic, huge song, or people, dude. That song is fucking.
Yeah, Dusty. I mean, that's
It's different. It's so different. It's the most different song on the whole album, and it's fucking. Hold on, I wonder if I could send you. Uh,
got Bubba too. Like Adam, mesus, Dusty, and Bubba on one track. Like
yeah. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can send you like the MP. If I can find it first. This is a different song. I've never done a song like this. Um,
wants to buy the seat. Can't find a record in my area. I got the iTunes link in my description. So if you guys click that, I don't know how you guys doing now. You guys, I don't think you guys can release physical copies all out to the stores and shit. Like
no,
you're independent. Like yeah, he's independent. So that's a. I'm gonna be honest. That's a shit ton of money. Make sure you're in every Walmart in the country and shit. So
hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can try to send this to you.
are you good?
All right.
I'll me either link. I think he's about to try to send the give it a name. We might get a sneak. Oh, what's good, Ear God? What's good, man?
Drew.
You just a liar is a banger. Yeah, I saw you can't. I saw you come by ear on the last house reaction that you want to make sure that was one of the last songs y'all did. Make sure the beat was nice. Yeah, Glass House was nice beat. Caitlyn did her thing on the hook though. Caitlyn did her thing. I mean, to be honest, and struggle is struggle. He always gonna come through and do his thing. Damn, Wayne would have been a dope feature. That yeah. Challenge some Jam Wayne. I could get trying to send something. So I'm just y'all chats and the rundown tournament. Maybe appreciate you, Bad Wolf. Lost my
Jeremy,
good man.
you got a fucking Android. You piece of shit. Hold on,
Yo,
you're gonna have to text me an email address because if I send it to you through Android, the sound quality was not gonna be the same.
hey, y'all know how serious that was. Fucking Adam said the government. He said Jeremy. The fuck.
This fucking guy.
uh, I text that number you sent me. I text
What?
that one. The number you sent me in Instagram.
That's my personal phone number.
Yeah, you said send you a text.
Send me your email
Oh,
through there.
email. Yeah, after selling cell phones for a whole decade, I still want Android.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, Jere.
Hey, Lynn, don't be laughing at me, man. Look, we. Yeah, he saw my green text message. Was like, what the fuck? Did the sound get better, y'all? Is my mic still clipping out? Well, that's restream. That's restream. I pay for live and shit. I'm doing it my way. Putting it on.
I did it my way. So this is the most different song on the whole album uniformly sounds the same. Lot of it sounds like it all fits.
Right.
And then there's this song, and this song's different because I was at Dusty's house in Louisville, and he played me this hook, and I was like, "Whoa, I really like that hook. Let me let me get that." And he's like, "All right, let me call Bubba because Bubba had two verses. Let me drop his down to one." And then me and Chuck wrote on it, and Dusty killed the hook. This doesn't sound like music that I make. Just so everyone knows, this is not the kind of music that I make, but I think it's really cool. But there's a song.
What you want to do?
It should be in your
What,
email.
you want me to play it, or you want me to wait? And I
Yeah,
just.
play it.
Oh, we got a sneak peek, y'all.
Actually, hold on.
Yep.
Fuck that.
Yep.
How about I'll send you the music video.
I got a
How
music
about that?
video already.
Yeah. Oh, they're all done. Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Let me do
Oh
that.
shit! No, still cutting out. Yeah, it's restream. It shouldn't even be cutting out. But I am going live off my OBS. Y'all should hear my mic clearly because it's the mic off the OBS. I don't get it. I don't know why. I probably
All
should hit
right.
up some of my restream.
I just texted you that. Can you? I just texted you that. I don't know if that's gonna work or not.
Yeah, I got Dropbox.
I don't know how you'll play it on the screen though.
Um,
Technology.
Gotta love it, right? Gotta love it. But send myself the link you just sent me.
Okay.
Go to my email and just click the link. Pull it up on the. All right, y'all. We got an exclusive coming.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is the part of music that I don't like. It's like something that I really like the song. I love it, and it's like when I like something, usually the fans don't.
There we go. Here.
You might have to minimize us out and just put it on the screen.
Yeah. Yep. All right, y'all. This ain't gonna be a normal reaction, y'all. I ain't gonna pause and actually.
This is not even released. This is like not even.
I'm just gonna play it all the way through. We got his permission. We just gonna play it all the way through. Right now, here we go, y'all. Give it a name.
Give it a name. Some people get it, some people got it. There's two different things. You're somebody with it, nothing without it. Baby, them feelings will change. Give it your word and don't worry about it. Keep it 100, be thorough about it. Don't be so scared about it. Give it a name.
What's up? What's up?
Nothing's happening. I don't see it.
Oh, you don't see it? What the fuck?
I see you doing this.
He's like, I see you vibing, but where is it? Fuck.
Can the people in the chat see it?
Yeah, they can see it. Let me Hey, chat, y'all know how to add a
Oh, hey, I just got bigger. Hey.
How I fucking there we go. Screen share. All right, cool. I can do that. There we go. There we go. Hey, y'all, I'm figuring it out. I ain't too stupid about this shit. Ooh. Good thing I know how to do this shit. All right, boom. You see it now?
Yeah.
Better. Hear it.
Give it a name.
You hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, y'all.
Yeah, start it over though.
Yep, I'm gonna start it over. All right, y'all. He can hear it. We got it. Get it, y'all.
Give it a name. Some people get it, some people got it. There's two different things. You're somebody with it, nothing without it. Baby, them feelings will change. Give it your word and don't worry about it. Keep it 100, be thorough about it. Don't be so scared about it. Give it a name. 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 Give it a name.
Good morning, good Lord, I'm 100 with it. Born from a sinner and son of a bitch. Came from the gutter, was playing in puddles. I never would flinch when the thunder would hit, yeah. I laugh at the shit, I get it cracking, I'm active with it. The past almost killed me, the pain never lasts. Was out of my ass, I'm back in this bitch, yeah. I could look at my reflection again, my weapon is pen. You should admit that I'm good at this shit, ain't have nothing to do with complexion and skin, yeah. I'm better than them, 100%, I'm standing on 10. They telling me they want some smoke, I got some gas and matches, I'm wondering when, yeah. I don't know how much you know, I got that go gas, plus I got that pedal smashed to the ground like it's attracted to flow. Mask the view is much cooler when you looking forward, but every now and then I go back. They tell me you are what you eat, I ain't no sheep, I am the goat, yeah.
Give it a name. Give it a name.
I like this hook.
Give it a name.
Okay,
Give it a name. Give it a name.
Give it a name, so when the temperature change, people remember the intimate feeling that came from your individual flame. Yeah, some bitch did his thing. Bitch is insane, get on that swim into Spain. Then they experience a bit of disdain. That pool ain't gon' fit on this plane. Hey, some might say I pattern this lane, the fattest the flatter remain. Still saying the thing, the way that I naturally sang to my battery drain. Seen them laughing on multiple faces, I went through no cultural phases. Too country for some, not enough country for some. Probably too slummy for some, living uncomfortably numb. Don't need no drum in the drum, someone is what he becomes. Suck on not even his thumb when he was young, ugly ass thumb. Living with a hangover, do 1,000 days sober first. Cause it's a real kung fu peddler, so stay insanity, it ain't no reverse. Son of a bitch.
Give it a name.
Give it a
Give it a name. Give it a name. Give it a name. Give it a name.
Give it a name like it was a child. I'll give it a name like it was your boat. Giving them game, giving them hope. Quit selling cane, still give them dope. Fuck what it was, I'm about what it is. Too many people are drowning in water that's under a bridge. Instead of just learning to swim and handling biz. Cause everyone knows that bullets ain't got no names. And sometimes the road that we on ain't got no lanes. Sometimes I sit back and wonder, do I even really want fortune and fame? Cause soon as you get it, you got people taking shots and all they want is a name. I don't know what you be taking me for, but listen, heaven knows I'm sinning, but poor or rich, I'm always gonna seek the Lord for wisdom. Cause I got a vision and y'all gonna see it. I got a mission and I'ma complete it. Living my dream, I ain't got time for sleeping. And if you got one, baby, you need to speak it. Go ahead.
Give it a name. Some people get it, some people got it. There's two different things. You're somebody with it, nothing without it. Baby, them feelings will change. Give it your world and don't worry about it. Keep it 100, be thorough about it. Don't be so scared about it. Give it a name. Give it a name. Give it a name.
Need that hook.
Give it a name. Give it a name. Give it a name.
Hey. Hey.
I don't
Yeah.
know what it's gonna do, but I like it.
How quick? Hide it. All right, there we go. Okay. Yeah. A lot. I'm sitting here thinking about the songs I've had because there's about to be a plethora of reactions from me coming for you, not because like, oh, we had this interview. Because you are one of the many artists that I plan on diving down the rabbit hole. I've heard recent songs, I've heard a little bit of old songs. What I mean, like, whenever I like an artist, I'm going to start going back. Like, I'm going to go back to when you first posted your music on YouTube, whatever is available, and I'm going to go from beginning to now. So me thinking about what I have heard, that's a lot different than Mirrors.
Yeah, dude.
And a lot different than your style and what you go into.
I've never done a song like that ever. But I'm glad I did it with Bubba, who, man, that dude is just a dope rapper, and
Yep.
Chuck is awesome on the song, and Dusty snapped on the hook, and I really just want to do that with my friends. I've made a few songs with Dusty. I've made a few songs with Bubba. Those guys are my friends, and obviously Mesus is a good friend of mine, my brother. So every once in a while, we gotta do something for ourselves that we like. That's what keeps me, gives me balance. A lot of the music I make is, I know it's good and people want to hear it. Then there's some stuff that I just kind of want to hear for myself.
You did good though. Like you would have to tell us you've never done a song like that. Like if I've just knowing what I've heard already, I'm like, oh yeah, that was really different. But if you just came in and told somebody, they wouldn't know. Like
Yeah, no,
you did amazing with that.
I
But
just don't know what the people are gonna think. I guess I'll know when I drop the video.
yeah, I guess I mean I can tell you right now if I can actually do something. I can tell you right now though, the chat loves it. Chat is loving
Well,
it.
they're always gonna be like, "Oh yeah, man, that was great," but really, it's like when you show your best friend something. He's probably most of the time gonna tell you he likes it, but you really got. My friends know not to tell me. They don't. They gotta tell me what I don't want to hear.
Right. You don't want to be in oh chat.
Yeah.
He can now see it now. I finally used my noggin. He can now see it. He can now see y'all what y'all saying. But I wouldn't my chat's not a bunch of yes men. Not saying that's what you were saying, but because I'm big on if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I'm gonna tell you I don't. I know that a reaction channel 98% of the time they're not reacting to a song that they do not like. But there's some reactions on my channel where I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I did this thinking I would like it, but turn around, XYZ. But it's like, as an artist, I feel like artists, period, shouldn't get mad at anybody for giving that type of criticism because we're the ones listening. We're the
Yeah.
consumers.
I don't see this, and there's this thing. I don't care if someone likes my music or doesn't like my music. I don't like when someone tries to say something that's not true about my music.
Mhm. Then that's
You
when it's
could
like, I
dislike
gotta
my
say my
music.
shit.
That I There's tons of rappers I don't like, but don't say something that's not true about my music. Like I'm saying, talking about someone when I'm not, or some shit like that. Like some, you know what I mean?
Don't go stir in the pot.
Yeah, that's
Right.
it. That's
Like
it.
you're disturbing my peace. I'm chilling, minding my business, and for whatever weird reason, you're just like, let me stir some shit in his life. And it's kind of like what y'all said would give it a name. It's kind of like once you get that certain status, once you get a certain name for yourself, the haters are gonna come. The opposition is gonna
It's
come.
all
The
good.
more,
You know what?
you know,
This year, that's what this year did for me, and I want to thank everyone involved and with whatever went on. Everyone knows what was going on, who's been paying attention. But man, it's made me feel way better about life. It's made me feel better about conflict and resolution. It's made me feel better about just saying, you know what, man, fuck it. Protect my name if I need to, but if I don't, it's I don't have to be out here like losing my shit. It's time for me now to it's time for me to change and change the chapter and go on to the next book. And that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm enjoying it, it's not as stressful, and I like it. And I'm just trying to make music that hopefully everyone likes. And every once in a while I'm gonna put out a song that I like for
right?
my own soul.
Yeah, yeah. The playing in puddles, not flinching when the thunder. Yeah, yeah. That was it. And that's at the end of the day, that's what it's about. That is what I feel like as a creator, that's what it's about. Like finally doing stuff that you can put out that makes you happy, that you like, and then also your fans like it. I know you don't like using that word fans. Like I hate using the word subscribers and stuff because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
I don't like putting a number on somebody's fucking head. But that by itself, the fact that like you said, you're willing to put a new chapter in and go to a track that was completely out of your element, but you were just like, fuck it, let's do it. It worked out. Like I said, that I personally, because I'm a hopeful motherfucker. I'm always on the up and up. I don't ever hate on the next man. I grew up in a time, and we talk about the '90s. I grew up in a time where being a hater, that's some sucker shit. So I want everybody to win. So I'm always positive. So I'm gonna say that video is gonna do well. That is, and I think it's gonna do well because it is a different side of you, as far as it's a different approach of Adam. People are gonna get
That's
to
why it
see
usually
something
doesn't do
different.
well. If I usually do something different, that's why it doesn't do well. But the,
Really,
the song that's dropping Friday with the album is fucking really dope.
what's
Uh,
dropping Friday?
Friday we're dropping Lost My Mind.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the album. Anytime you're dropping any artist I support. Anytime y'all get ready to drop, I'm looking forward to it. It eats me up because to me, music and I know you don't play too much video games, but to me, music and video games saved my life. Like that, those two were my. That's what kept me out of the streets. I was on a motherfucking Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, listening.
Super Nintendo
Yeah,
Sega.
Sega Genesis. Yeah, yeah. Listening to Pac and Biggie. It was legit was like a 90s movie if you came in my room. Some geeky ass 7-year-old boy. I had fucking Tupac or something blaring in my room like I was already 20 something on a fucking Sega Genesis sitting there like, yeah, let's get it. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Bitch, I'm fucking you up. Like, that's how I was as a kid. So it's see where it has come to and to see the evolution in something that I hold in my heart, it's amazing to me. So like when you hit me up, I was shocked. 'Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'll try to treat nobody like that, but it's like I understand the importance of your time and where you are in your life. So I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna just randomly hit my ground like, hey
No,
man, you
so
wanna and plus sometimes I've done that and I don't even get a scene. Nobody to even look at it. So I just be like, it's a waste of my time. So when you actually reached out, I kind of floored me for a minute. I didn't
So
text
what I
back.
did, I reached out to all the reactors that I really like their reactions, like not just to my music, just in general. They're really know hip hop and rap. So I reached out. It doesn't matter if they had 1,000 followers, 8,000 followers, or 1,000,000 followers. I reached out to all the guys that I really like, um, that I really respect their opinion, and that's who I reached out to. Um, so yeah,
Appreciate you.
you were on that list, man.
I appreciate that. That's one of those moments where you make that where you're giving me that, I wouldn't say ammo, or just giving me that clarity of like I'm doing something right, because it's
Yeah, 100. Yeah, for sure.
we always can use that sign. And I know you're an independent artist, so you know whether it comes from a fan, whether it comes from someone personal in your circle, just to get that sign of like, all right, cool, right path, keep going. Because I believe in always forward, never backwards. I learned
Yeah,
that from
beautiful, beautiful. Always forward.
I learned it from Luke Cage. The character Pops on this Luke Cage, he would always say that always forward, never backwards.
Yeah.
Um, I got into a talk with a friend of a friend, and they hit me with delayed does not mean denied. Just because you planted a seed, and it didn't sprout when you wanted it to, doesn't mean 6 months from now you'll walk past that seed and be like, oh fuck, it's a big ass tree. Like what the hell happened? Or, you know, years
Takes
from now.
time, dog.
So I just always try to go by that. So everything in my life stays a blessing. I don't never want to be those people where I feel like I'm owed something. I'm not owed anything but what I've worked my ass off for. That's the only thing that I'm owed is whatever I put my mind to and work my ass off for. I'm working to get it. If I'm working to get it, and then when I get it, that's what I'm on. I got that shit myself. So just everybody's like, compose yourself. I ain't dick riding y'all, but it's just when I had to go from just a viewer. Like this is still new to me, going from where I used to watch videos and stuff, and I never had any aspiration outside of reacting to music. And then if I were to talk to myself 6 7 years ago, hey man, you got to interview the biggest artist in the game. Shut the fuck up, Jerry. Shut up. Shut up. Go back and play your fucking video games and shut the fuck up.
Go
So
back on your
it's
Android.
yeah, go yeah, fuck. Look. In
You
my defense,
motherfucker.
I sold cell phones for 18 in Radio Shack. Some of y'all don't know what the fuck Radio Shack. For 10 years, 12 years of my life. And I always will say this: if you are a business person and musician and a creator in a sense, you need some type of iPad, iPhone. It's just
Yeah.
streamlined and a lot easier. I wasn't that at the time. And I like the whole customization and oh, let me have my ringtone be Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Ren and Stimpy and Doug. And now I'm 33. I'm looking at my wife like, I don't think I want an iPhone just yet, but we need an iMac. We need an iPad or something. And I'm getting tired of people hitting me up and being like, oh, you got the green message. And I just look like, or I got friends who be like, "Hey man, I'm sending you an invite to play pool, man. Accept it." I'm like, "Oh God,
I got this
oh,
bitch ass Android.
I got a Google Pixel," and they just stare at me like, "Oh, one of them."
You're one of them green people.
Yeah, I'm one of the green people. Don't worry, soon you up and it'll be blue because they're doing the iPad
I'll
or
be
something.
happy because then I can FaceTime you. That's
Yeah,
really why I like the iPhone. I can FaceTime people and talk to them. I like seeing people's faces and shit. But I got to get off here.
yeah, yeah.
We can end it how you want though.
I would say one last question.
Here,
I,
you want to get these
I want
comments?
enough. Hey, anybody got any questions besides?
No. I was just saying you can move the comments so they could just see me and you.
There you go.
Boom.
After everything we talked about, we know that the album's dropping Friday. What's next? What can affectionately as the fan base we call ourselves, what can Goon Squad, what can the Wolves Den, what can anybody expect next from you?
Well,
But there's projects, books.
well, nah, yeah, but it's just two different things. It's what I want to do and what I'd like to do, and then what I need to do. So it's like there's two things that I'm tossing in the hey, my boss. There's two things that I'm tossing in the air right now. One of them is I drop about two more albums, and then I help all these independent artists who need to be heard out, and I put my career in the back seat, and I push out a label with like 10 signed artists. That's one thing that I'd like to do.
That's a good
Um,
ass. I like that.
Now I would still feature on their albums to give them that push,
Kind of
and
like
I
a Tech Nine thing, like strange
yeah, and
music.
I
Yeah.
use my socials to push these people and
Okay.
hopefully get a few that hit real hard. I'd like there's that's what I'd like to do. Um, and I think that's probably most likely what'll happen. I think you'll see about one or two more albums from me, and then I think you guys will start seeing a rollout of like an army of independent artists, or I'm just gonna drop two more albums and I'm gonna be on a flip phone and turn this shit off and live my life. Literally,
Man's gonna have a like legit Nokia, like the bricks back in the day with
yeah,
Snake.
like a
Yeah.
razor flip phone. Uh, it's that's what they can expect. They can expect about a year and a half of me if I commit to social media and content and making videos and then also albums and music videos. They can expect about a year and a half from me. Uh, if I do the record label thing, they can expect to see me around a little more. That's it.
Okay.
That's my two options.
Well, like you said, whenever you put your mind to something, it's gonna get done. So
Yeah.
I guess for us, we just have to sit back and enjoy the ride.
I won't know until I'm a last minute motherfucker. I'll
Yeah.
know last minute what I'm gonna do.
Hey, and we'll be right there with you, brother. I really
Appreciate it.
appreciate the time, man. Really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to even interview you, man. And I don't even count it as an interview. I didn't have a pad. Everything was
We're just talking.
just shooting the shit. Everything I wonder
Yeah.
about. So I definitely appreciate the opportunity, man. Appreciate your
I'll do it
time.
anytime you want. Anytime if you want to do it again, we do it again.
Hey, man, I'm gonna hold you to it.
No, I'm dead
I'm a
serious.
talking motherfucker. I'll hold you to it. I'm from Mississippi.
All right.
I'll talk your goddamn ear off. You had to be like, all right, man. But no,
Yeah, let me know.
we appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate it, and I can't wait for that album. Pale Horse, y'all. Friday, September the 13th, dropping him and mesus. It's going down. We're gonna do a live reaction. I'm gonna be live. We're gonna do a live reaction, start from finish. We're gonna see what it's about. Apparently, it's not a start from finish, y'all. He don't like the president. Apparently, it's gonna be right.
People might like it. It's whatever. It's there's a lot of really good songs on the album. 9, I think, strong songs. One okay song.
Well, okay. Then next you know it's gonna blow up. So
That might be the one that goes.
yeah. But man, hey, I love you, brother. I appreciate this.
Much love.
Much love. Keep doing you, man. Keep doing
Yes,
you.
sir.
I know you listen to the negative, but over here, over in these parts, over me, keep doing you, man. I'm in Ohio, so I'm kind of like your neighbor. So
I got you.
keep doing you, man.
Much love and much love to everybody in the comments and for tuning in. Thank you guys.
Appreciate y'all. I'll catch you next time, Brody.
Holla at you, brother.
Sir. Y'all. Biggest fucking W, y'all. Biggest fucking W. I don't think I was a little bit nervous, but it just sat in because he left. This a lot of y'all who've been with me since the beginning, wow, this for us, for this channel, for my family, I just felt like that was a big blessing. That was a big W. Uh, so for him to be just that down to earth and humble, and one of those people who wants to help out, like that was like whether he's watching or not, that was one of those moments where he just blessed and helped out somebody, and he didn't even know the impact and how big it would be. Like that was a big W, y'all. Big W. We just interviewed Adam Calhoun. Now that gave me the fire to go through the channels I need to go through, and we gonna get motherfucking Ryan on this bitch. Ryan gonna be in this bitch. Ryan, if you watch this in a non-creepy way, but not obviously not now because he had his daughter baby, so know how it is for that. I expected about 2 hours. About 2 hours. I expected it. But I'm just happy. Like that was a big W for us. Big W. Big W. You know, I can sit here and say for me, but big W for us. Big W for me. Big W. And it just was an honor to hear him say, he reached out to other reactors, but only the ones he actually loved enjoying their reaction and shit. So that is yeah, yeah, definitely. Webby's on the list. Mesus is on the list. Uh yeah, big W, cat. Big W. That was let me see.
I'm mentally unstable, unable to get a grip. That my guardian angel probably thinks I'm a piece of shit. Got a mountain of problems and I've been standing on a cliff, thinking maybe I should jump and tell everybody I tripped. Can't admit it, but I'm sick. The prescription pills that I get.
Yeah, I didn't really want to interview him. Like I know Mrs. Wolf is always gonna look out for me as my wife, but she, like, write down questions. I'm like, that's not me, babe. And she understood. She's like, all right, you got it. I trust you. I trust you. Like I didn't want to like. He's just a human being. Past this platform and on pedestal where fame came and people like me look up to him. Yeah. Big W. I know you good, Lamb. I saw you. I saw you. Much love, Larry. Much love, y'all. Much love. Much love. Made it through the bad weather. They was okay, but I had better. I don't like to look in mirrors, cause I don't like looking at my. Oh, thank y'all for those donos. Yo, big W. Big W. Thank y'all for those donos. I didn't even shout out to Ashley for the dono. Shout out to please keep me anonymous. for the dono, I appreciate it. Moz, if you want. I didn't do this type of dono. Apparently some of y'all show love. Posse, what up? But yeah. There's a way to interview our interview. Just genuinely asking him about his life, about fatherhood, husband. I told y'all on my live, and I told him the up church drama is not for the fact of just powering her. I always thought that was two friends, two grown men who need to handle their business. Are going to be on YouTube for my body's personal show was made public. That's just my southern raising. I was just like, all right, they're gonna handle that when they handle that. Like that's the past. We've already heard that they handled it. Like I told them, like I said, I'm not in it to be think my mic's trying to be stupid. There we go. But yeah, so but yeah, like I said, I steered clear away from that just because that's old. That's old. And I know me, and whenever there's any artist drama or anything goes down, I'm not one of those artists who or one of those reactors who stir the pot. You know, that was their personal business. I wanted them as grown men and friends to handle it the way they needed to handle it. And yeah, I told them like, yeah, I'm just staying away from that. That's just how I am with that. So there's no need to talk about that. You got an album dropping and other things, so that was my choice. And I'm glad. I appreciate y'all. It just shows how amazing and how W the community is. How it seems like you guys, the people come through my channel, y'all were over that too. As I saw, no one really gave a fuck to bring that up. So I really appreciate y'all. Y'all know me. I'm just not one of those. uh, But also, shout out to my homie Captain Kurt. Shout out to my homie. Saw you in here, Captain. There's a miss. Hey, shut up, Wag. Yeah, it's a good green. Now stop grilling me about my. All right. Next phone I go back to. I'm going back to the only Android I can iPhone, which is Samsung, and Samsung makes the Apple's patented chip in their phone, and Samsung makes the screen for iPhone. But we're not gonna get into that. That's the old wolf who sold cell phones. I don't care anymore. All right, and I switched my wife from Apple to Samsung. She was Apple, but now that I'm here, what I am like, I'm gonna need an iPad or something. Legendary, y'all. Big ups, big W, to y'all. Thank y'all for everybody who came through. Big W for the reaction community in the Wolves Den, and thank y'all for coming through and making this amazing. But I'm about to see y'all in less than 30 minutes at 5 for our live music reaction. So it was the way Adam said Jeremy earlier that got me. Right? Like the whole time he was saying woof and he came back, he said Jeremy. And I was like, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yes, sir. Like your elders, that southern raising came out of me. Y'all see my face? I was like, yeah. Uh, um, Samsung, you know, I ain't about to start a whole. I don't give a shit. Yeah, they both call, they both text, they both almost the same apps that everybody use. Mainly, like, don't matter. Only thing I know is I can make better clips on my iPhone, iPad. Put out the motherfucking government. I was like, huh? But I'm gonna see you guys later. Like I said, I'm about to get back on for our live music reactions. If you guys don't know and you're here, stay through Saturday, 5 p.m. I always do live music. Guys, is this. Not everybody has the priority list. Guaranteed at some point. I have that, and then I have a whole entire queue song heard guaranteed live. So if you know, I do that. You know, upload actions. I also hours about what you know. You know, I will see you guys. Love y'all. Big W. Legendary interview. Shout out to Adam Calhoun Squad. Thank you for the opportunity. Out this Friday, all platforms, Spotify, but if at iTunes, have his flow for out Friday a long ago, and you saw it as here. Saw an exclusive video. So I will see you guys later. Much love. You know what time it is. It's your boy LoccdWolf. Always full, never back. Day does not mean denied. I'll catch you guys later. Out.
Pictures, I create literature. I recite the shit I write and turn it into scripture. You ain't cut from my cloth, your clothes don't fit. Your grown men turn soft like big bro's little sister. What's wealth to a million? A city to a village, a boss to a minion. Only talk what I'm living. Been on top so long, but I still ain't hit my ceiling. What's hell to a prison? I've been real from the beginning. I've been known to throw stones, but have caution. I don't look down when I'm walking past.